Back when I was in my mid-20s, I had a commute every day with 4 chemical engineers who were in their 50s and 60s, who were all very successful men, but with not particularly interesting jobs, and they'd been there, 40 years. That commute was a brutal education in the realities of life. And one day, somebody had mentioned, well, I've got a daughter who's thinking of changing her major, so she's going to go talk to her academic advisor. And then John said, oh, I can tell you about academic advisors. He said, back in 1947, I'm just finishing up my master's, I got a phone call from a friend of mine who said, hey, Johnny, I've got a job lined up for you where you wouldn't believe it. We're making rocket ships to go to the moon. We got a bunch of German scientists after the war. It's just incredible. Come on down. So I said, no problem. Let me get right back to you. I want to talk to my academic advisor. So he went over to his academic advisor. I'm just finishing up my master's. I'd like to get a PhD, and I got this interesting opportunity. What do you think? And his academic advisor told him, and you could tell, listening to John's voice, that he had revisited this advice a million times in his head. His academic advisor said, son, once you get that PhD, those kinds of offers will be a dime a dozen. So he called his friend back. He said, look, I really appreciate it. I just got to finish up my PhD, but I really appreciate it. Now, of course, the job was at the Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama. The Germans were Werner von Braun and his team. And of course, the rocket ships were the Mercury, the Gemini, the Apollo rockets. It was NASA. He would have been in the ground floor. So John goes ahead and he gets his PhD. So it's a year and a half later, and now he calls his friend back. And his friend won't even return his phone calls at that point. They're just so busy. This project had literally become the white-hot center of the engineering universe. Everybody wanted to work on this project. And so John, as he ends his story during our commute, he says, and that's why, for the last 40 years, I've been designing waste treatment tanks instead of rocket ships. Another gem of wisdom from the world of academia.